The Air Jordan 1 High OG releases this Saturday, March 6th with a retail price tag of $170. And in today's video, we're going to discuss how and where to cop this sneaker for retail because it's going to be a problem. There's a lot of people going after this sneaker and it is not going to be easy. And there's a lot of hype surrounding this Jordan 1 in the University Blue colorway because let's be honest, the colorway is fire. And Jordan 1 highs normally have a really great resale value, especially if the colorway is dope. So you're going to have people going after this sneaker to add it to their collection or for the sole purposes of reselling the sneaker for a profit. But our goal is to cop this sneaker for retail of $170. Now it's not going to be easy. You're probably going to take an L on this sneaker, and I'm just warning you right now, it's going to be very, very hard. But I'm going to give you some advice on how to cop this sneaker and give you the best chance possible. I'd like to welcome back all my returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for stopping by, spending your time with me, and watching another video. But if this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is James, and I do reviews on sneakers, gear, and sports-related items. And if you all could just take a moment out to destroy that like button for me, I would really, really appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and puts my videos out in front of more people. And if you're new here or you haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop one of these videos and you don't miss anything. So when it comes to copping this Jordan 1, the first thing that I want to talk about is raffles. Now currently at the time of this recording, I see two open raffles at Foot Sites, and that's going to be Hibbett and Champs. I don't see any open raffles on Foot Locker, Foot Action, or Finish Line, but continue to monitor their websites in case something does open up for a raffle. And I highly recommend the Hibbett raffle because not only do they let you select up to 3 stores for in-store pickup of this sneaker if you catch a dub, that's 3 different stores you have a chance to pick the sneaker up at. Or they do online selection where you can actually have the sneaker shipped to your house, so that's 4 chances. And then when they actually give people the dubs, they actually do it at 2 separate times, and that is 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern, so that's multiple chances. So I really highly recommend getting into the Hibbett raffle, but there's a lot of people going into that raffle, so you know, your chances are slim, but if you catch a dub there, it is going to be a nice pickup for yourself. And then there's Champs, and they currently have their raffle open for in-store pickup, so whenever you go to the Champs app, you will select a store that is closest to you, or a store that you don't mind driving to if you do catch a dub for the raffle. Now the next place I want to talk about copping this sneaker is online shopping. So online retailers that will have this sneaker available at 10 a.m. Eastern when the sneaker drops. And that's going to be Finish Line, JD Sports, DTLR, Snipes, Shoe Palace, Bodega, Foot Locker, Champs, and Eastbay. Now Snipes, I hear a lot of people get dubs on there, but you have to sit in this really long queue. I've never actually been able to cop from there, but I know a lot of people highly recommend going into the Snipes queue and waiting and possibly copping that sneaker. But I've never actually personally got through, so you know, just keep that in mind, but a lot of people do recommend that site. Now when it comes to Finish Line, JD Sports, Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, all those places, it's really, really hard to get into a queue and actually check out for the sneaker on those sites because they are heavily botted. I know a lot of people have been catching dubs on JD Sports, so that may be your go-to because a lot of people have been very successful as of late copping sneakers. Now when it comes to Shoe Palace, I don't highly recommend them because they charge $30 for shipping, and I feel that that's like a little bit too much. When you spend $30 for shipping, that should be like next day air and you should get the sneaker the very next day, but that's not the case. They actually just charge the shipping to add to the cost of the sneaker. So you're going to pay $170 retail and then $30 for shipping, and then if you live in a state where sales tax is applicable, add that to your bill, and that's what you'll be spending for this sneaker. Now, you know, for the resale price of this sneaker, it being $500, that may be a good option, especially in this case, but I don't really highly recommend them most of the time. And when it comes to these online retailers, it's very, very hard to add to cart and check out manually. You're fighting bots, you're fighting manual users, and these websites really aren't that great. But I do want you to get into as many queues as possible at as many retailers as possible to give yourself as many chances as you possibly can to cop this sneaker for $170. Now the next place that I want to talk about is the Nike Sneakers app. Now back in the day I used to feel like you had a 50-50 chance to catch a dub here, but it seems like nowadays it's like 10%. Now in the day and age and the climate that we currently live in, we have way more people going after sneakers online than we ever have before. So it's become increasingly hard. Plus people have multiple accounts, and I'm sure that this site is botted as well, but it is not as heavily botted as places like Foot Locker. You know, it's really, really hard to cop on sites like that. But this is Nike, they probably have the highest amount of stock, and this is probably going to be your best chance to cop this sneaker for retail. And if you have any friends or family that are not interested in picking up this sneaker at all, and they have a Nike sneakers account, have them put in a claim for you for the sneaker in your size. You want to give yourself every chance possible to cop this sneaker. And if you want to make an additional sneakers account, here's some tips for you. If you make it, make sure that the name is different from your account. Make sure your address is slightly different, like something like first floor, if it's a house or something like that. And don't use the same credit card on your current Nike account, because if you do catch a dub and they figure out that you have multiple accounts, they will cancel your order. On the new account, on your profile, just make your name and your address slightly different, and definitely do not use the same credit card on your original Nike account. Now, personally for me, I really want to pick up this sneaker. I do not want to pay these crazy resale prices. I just want to get the sneaker into my collection. If I'm able to cop one pair or maybe two pairs, I'd be happy. These are double up worthy if you're able to get them. But, I think it's going to be really, really hard even just to get one pair. I mean, this release is reminding me a lot of the Mocha 1 release, and if you remember that, everything was really, really hard. The prices went up dramatically, and, the sneaker's almost unattainable unless you want to pay crazy resale prices. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if you're going after this sneaker or not, and if you do catch an L on it and you want it, are you willing to pay these crazy resale prices to get this Air Jordan 1 High University Blue into your collection? If you're watching this video, I want to wish you the best of luck. I hope you're able to cop for retail. I just know it's going to be very, very difficult. I'm fully expecting this L, and I don't think I'm going to pay the resale for it. I really don't. I'd like to thank you all for stopping by and watching this video. I really, really appreciate you. And until next time,